Hey, Tony Gadsden here, just popping in. Now, I want to share this with you for the fellas on the Better Husband series. It's a rule I created in my marriage, and that rule is if it's not worth breaking up over, it's not worth arguing over. And that really changed a lot for us. You know, it changed a lot because came to a place to where what you have to realize in a relationship is you can find something to argue about every day if you want to. You can nitpick about every little thing. But what you have to do is you gotta, as Stephen R. Covey says, seek to understand, then be understood. And what that means is as you are looking at your wife and you may see like, okay, the dishes aren't done, or the bathroom isn't clean, or the clothes aren't folded, and you may feel like, hey, I'm working, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Is she doing this? Is she doing that? Then you may say, hey, I ain't getting enough behind. She not doing enough of this. You have to take all of those gripes and complaints, and you got to see which one could lead to a breakdown in the relationship that will cause you to want to leave her or to cheat on her. And if the only thing is her not being intimate with you, see, out of all that thing, you're not finna leave your woman for dirty dishes. You're not finna leave your woman for a dirty house, meaning stuff ain't picked up or whatever, for unfold clothes. Like, you done live worse than that. You done seen worse. You done lived in worse. You can get up and you can do whatever you want to do. The one thing you cannot do is you can't sleep with yourself. Now, you can mess with your hand. That's nasty and it's stupid and it's lame. You can watch stuff on the computer. That's nasty, stupid, and lame. So if you have a wife, then she is also, it's a sin for you to deny your body to her and for her to deny her body to you. So then what you have to figure out is, okay, what do we need to do? Do we need more talking time? Do we need more quality time? Do we need more physical touch? Like, so you have to make sure what needs to be communicated about. Another thing, her lying to you, her disrespecting you in private or in public. What will lead you to make you want to leave her? Whatever it is, that's what needs to be communicated. And the way that you communicate is you want to wait 24 hours. And in that 24 hours, you keeping everything the same. You're doing everything normal. You're not faking it, but you're being very cordial. You're not slamming doors. You're not acting a fool. You ain't doing none of that. You waiting 24 hours. And in this 24 hours, what you're doing is you gathering your words. You getting your words together. You thinking about how you're going to say it. You taking deep breaths because you don't want to be irate. You don't want to be yelling. You don't want to be cursing. You don't want to be angry when you go to communicate with her. And then however her communication style is, if both of y'all home at the same time and you're able to say, hey, I want to talk to you. Or if it's better to, I wouldn't say it'll be better to text, but you can text and say, hey, let's talk tonight. And then you get on the phone, or you get, no, you're not on the phone because you're married. And you sit down and you have a conversation and say, hey, I want to mention this to you and this right here. And what you have to be ready for is you got to be ready for her to make excuses. You got to be ready for her to deflect. And don't let that turn into an argument. You got to be ready for her to try to argue. But what you do, you stay cool, calm, and collected, and you continue to express what you're feeling. And you also ask her, like, is there something that I can do to make this easier? Is there something that I can do to help you in this? What is it that you need from me that we can make this a little easier? And if it's sex, if it's about respect, say, hey, it's only a couple things that I require in my life. And one of them is respect. And if you disrespect me again, we're going to be facing the end. We're going to be sitting down and looking what we need to do to move forward. And this is where you got to make sure you're a perfect man. And when I say a perfect man, I mean you living right, you're not cheating, you're not lying, you're not deceiving, you're treating her right. And if you just have a woman that she just so broken, she's so torn, she won't learn, she won't grow, she won't change, then that's when you realize that's how you will know the problem is on her. When you do everything you're supposed to do the right way and she still won't grow. You still can't reach her. You still can't. She's still not malleable. And she's not changing. She's not learning. She's not growing. Even though you're handling things totally different and you stand cool, you stand calm, you stand collected. She's just not doing it. It's not changing her. Now you know the problem is on her. And now this is where you start to look for, okay, what are we gonna do? Like, what is it gonna take? And this is where you exhaust every single issue, but you let her know this is what you need. Because one thing is she grown. Now, unless you got a woman with special needs, like literally special needs, or mental disorder or something like that, she can learn, she can grow, she can change. You just have to find the communication style that works for her. So sometimes what we'll do as men, we may want to curse. Stop cursing. Stop using curse words. We may want to yell. We may want to name call. We may want to get big and bad as she is, or bigger and badder than her, and that's not conducive. So you got to take the high road and you got to stay cool, calm, collected, and you articulate yourself. Because all she want is attention. All she want is love. It's like, it's a woman. You're not taming a wild lion. Like, it's a woman. And so you have to just get out your ego and you got to talk to her in a way that permeates her spirit. And it hits her heart. And it starts to speak to the little girl in her. And it starts to heal that little girl. And you just have to know how she needs to receive the communication, because if her mother or her father was abrasive and that made her a people pleaser, or it made her standoffish, or it made her tell white lies, then instead of being abrasive, you may have to say it very sweet. You may have to say it in a very nice way to where it warms her heart. And so it just comes down to learning your woman. And in order to learn her, you got to take the time, you got to sit down and you got to study her history and her biography. You got to see what she came up with. And so then you see, okay, she came up with a parent that always critiqued her, always criticized her, that always made her feel not good enough. So what I need to do is I need to use words of affirmation. I need to speak life. I need to build her up all the time. And then as I'm building her up, and she's smiling and she's happy and she's feeling love and she's feeling amazing, when I have an issue, I need to, in the same tone, in the same way, say, hey, babe, hey, listen, I love you. I know you didn't come through a lot, but listen, one thing I cannot deal with is disrespect. So like when we in public and, you go to getting snappy and all that, I can't do that. I can't do it. So I'm telling you, oh, what do you mean? I didn't know I was disrespecting you. I just was answering the question. No. But I want you to think about the way you answered the question. And I know that's how maybe you grew up talking. That's how your family talks, but that's not how I communicate. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Well, I'm going to be more mindful of it. And I won't do it again. She might do it again and again and again. But every single time, don't get mad and shut down and become resentful. Check it. Even right in person, you might have to give her a little look. Everybody know what couples go through. Everybody, it ain't shocking to nobody. Like, people know couples argue, couples get into it. You might give a little look. You might have to get a little distant out there in public. And then she see you get quiet and she know, oh man, I did it again. Now she gonna have to start reading her Bible and praying or going to therapy or life coaching or whatever she gonna have to do to get it together. But you did what you were supposed to do. So never leave something on the table that need to be communicated in any area. In any area, every single area of life. Hey, babe, what can I do to make this better? Hey, what you need from me right here? Hey, I want to talk to you about this right here, this situation right here. And what you have to be sure of is that you're not getting a high off of nitpicking. And the way you do that is you say, if it's not worth breaking up over, it's not worth arguing over. Hey, this is Tony Gaston. God bless you. We'll talk soon. Oh, shout out Patreon, Blessed Tribe. Now, Patreon, my hot takes over there. When I got to talk about these celebrities and stuff, that's why I'm going to be adding that over there. And so doing one today, just to touch on the Devon Franklin engagement, y'all asked me about it just because I don't like talking about that stuff on the World Wide Web. So you'll see patreon.com/Tony Gaskins in the description. And the Tony Gaston Family Foundation, thank you so much for your support. We still building in the program. We're already helping today. We're helping I say young man, but he in his 40s, helping him transition. So paying his nightly stays for a shelter that he'll be staying in. It costs $7 a night. It's not a lot, but we may have to pay it, 6 months to a year. Just helping him come off of drugs, get a job, and that's due to your support. So this is very real. This is very active. We moving like right along with our programs. Now the big program is the boys summer program, but that doesn't really get started. First we're gonna get started in March, but now we're on a different circuit with Under Armour, and so we'll get started in May. And so that one is where it's gonna get costly because we're taking the boys and their parent to 3 to 6 different cities and paying all inclusive. So flights, meals, hotels, and that's where, but at the same time, we're gonna be teaching them the key aspects of life: financial literacy, time management, emotional intelligence, and all the likes. So thank you so much for your support on that. God bless you, and we'll talk soon.